is Cheryl Smith and I'm the owner of Consider It Done Transition Services. I'm here today with BHI Communities and we're going to get to the bottom of the real cost of moving. So you've done all the work. You've done the downsizing, you've done the donating, you've done the giving it away to friends and family. And part of this process, to wrap it up with a bow, is to get out of your current location into a new location, whether that's locally, nationally, or internationally. One of the sad facts about moving, especially if you haven't moved in 10 or 15 years, is the cost has really gone up. National statistics say that over the past 2 years, moving has gone up over 15% in cost. That may knock some of you out of your chairs, but I'd rather you know what those costs are going to be up front so that you can plan ahead. When you're going to move, you've downsized and most likely going to a new space, that's going to be your biggest expense, right, is your living situation. The one closely behind that could be your movers, believe it or not. Movers can really vary in price and services they offer. When you have located who you're looking for, we're going to start again looking on the internet, checking their services, looking at their reviews, and then actually calling a mover and asking them to come to your house. They really do need to come to your location so they can see all the items that are going on the move, all the furniture, all the boxes, any patio furniture, a lawnmower. The list can go on. A lot of people also take appliances with them, like washer and dryers and refrigerators. And if you're taking those items, you also need to include those in the conversation with the mover because they do require sometimes more people and different equipment to get those items out of your house. And this is a little side note. We know that movers are expensive. So when you know that this cost is coming up down the road, think about your downsizing process. We want to do most of our donations and selling and getting items into a new home before the move. Very important point, keep that in mind. So with the movers, when they come through and do an estimate, they're going to include a lot of things in their cost. The number of people it's going to take to move your items, the time, the distance between one house and another location. If your home has stairs or a basement, and I was going to say elevators because some places we move into may include an elevator, that is increased time for staff to get items up and down. Please ask your mover too if they do only local moves or if they also do coast to coast moves, because some movers do have some limitations about how far they can go. So when you ask that question about distance, point A to point B, they should be able to tell you right away. Truck fees have gone up quite a bit. Think about gas and all the other things around us that have gone up. That's the same cost that a mover has to include in their fee as well. There's also valuation, insurance, and if you want additional coverage, that does cost a little more. So when you think about all the things that could go in there, specialty boxes, TV boxes, wardrobe boxes, it can really add up. It's just not a matter of a truck, some people, and moving it. There's a lot of other pieces in there. So when you get an estimate from the mover, make sure you see all those and you understand what they mean. So when you see that final estimate, you'll be more likely to accept it. Just take a deep breath and know it's going to be one of your bigger costs. We don't have exact numbers, but typically a local move, if you're moving within the same area, the same town, could run anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000. National moves, whether it's state to state, coast to coast, which your mover will call an interstate move, could range anywhere from $6,000 up to $15,000 or $16,000. If you're moving from the Midwest out to a coast, there's just a lot of time and effort, hotel rooms. So just be prepared to ask those questions and understand that that cost does include quite a few extra things the mover puts in place to make sure your items get from point A to point B carefully, safely, and undamaged. That's their number one concern. And remember, if you've hired a professional, you do have somebody on the side that can help you talk with movers, help you with inventory, and make sure you get all the information you need. So another bonus to hiring somebody to help you with this process. I want to talk too, there's some other little costs that start popping up when you decide to move. For example, you might need to buy some additional supplies. Maybe you're choosing to pack a few special things on your own. So think of the cost of boxes and paper and tape. If you have a pet, have you thought about who's watching the pet, who's boarding the pet while you're moving? Think about that cost. One of the jobs we do for families that are moving is we do home check-ins for them while they're moving, because their house may be on the market and have not sold, and they still need somebody to look at it. So there's that monthly or bi-weekly fee to have somebody come in and take a look at your house. Maybe you're hiring a landscaper to keep your lawn mowed, so when that new owner comes by, it looks good from the outside. Hotel rooms, as you travel from coast to coast or from place to place. Utilities, opening up a new utility in a new location. Cable, internet, trash. Not to be a negative Nelly, but there's a lot of things that go in on the backside of a move. You've prepared so far. You've thought about this, you've wrapped your head around it, you're getting these small wins. Another way to be a winner is to know what to expect on the move so that you're not surprised or upset as the transition comes to an end. So be aware of those costs, figure out ways that you can manage them so it stays within your budget. Maybe utilize friends, family, again, a professional who can help you maybe cut some of those costs, because they can put some of these services together and duplicate those. This is a real important way to wrap up a move and all the work you've done to downsize, to get you into this new space with less stress, more joy. So embrace it all, take a deep breath, know that it's part of the process, but go in with eyes wide open so you can make a good decision and everything gets into your new space well and good.